Good day, everyone. Today, we are delighted to present to you the life and groundbreaking contributions of one of the most influential scientists in history. This individual's work has not only shaped our understanding of the world, but has also paved the way for countless advancements in science and technology. Through our presentation, we aim to shed a light on their remarkable journey, their key discoveries, and their lasting legacy. Without further ado, let us delve into the extraordinary life and achievements of Pedro Escuro. Rice has been, and still is, an important part of a Filipino culture. Just as our rich history, rice went through a long journey before becoming the rice that we know and eat today. It took generations to determine how to produce high-quality rice for everyone's consumption until after a brilliant man tested several breeds. After the lengthy and rigorous process rice went through, to whom should we give the credit of being hailed as the foremost rice breeder? Who would have known that this one man was able to revolutionize the science of rice for the country? Who is Pedro B. Escuro? As a farmer's child living in Nabua, Camarines Sur, Dr. Escuro had always been exposed to agriculture. His father owned 4 hectares of farmland that he and his children cultivated for financial sustenance. Pedro would help his father plant crops, including rice, and would help him tend to the livestock. However, all that hard work still yielded a particularly low amount of rice harvest, and so Pedro and his family were never completely financially stable. The low yield was due to the fact that they only planted traditional varieties. These varieties weren't the best compared to the other rice variants and would therefore be unable to produce better ones. Little did they know that Pedro himself would be the one to improve these varieties when he grew older.
Pedro dreamed of becoming an engineer during his early year of high school in Naga. However, he changed his mind after witnessing the horrors that were unleashed when World War II broke out and ravaged our lands and people. Since then, Pedro began to have further respect for what his own father did all this year, and even regarded agriculture as a profession on the same level of prestige and importance that the rest of the world regarded engineering with. Pedro decided to enroll under the Bachelor of Science in Agriculture, major in agronomy program in the University of the Philippines, College of Agriculture in 1948. In the beginning, he had nothing but a few of his own sacks of rice used for his studies. But through hard work and discipline, he began to make a name of himself. With sheer determination, Escuro began instruction in the Department of Agronomy in UPCA after graduating college. His work began to earn him a reputation, and the chairman of the agronomy department thought he deserved to further than his craft, and so was granted a recommendation for a scholarship to study in the US. Pedro accepted this opportunity and went on to finish his master's degrees in plant breeding at Cornell University in 1954. Persevering in studies and aiming to make contribution to agriculture, he developed the idea of a certain type of rice that should be grown in the Philippines during his master thesis. He characterized this dill rice plant as being resistant to pests and ailments, stress-tolerant, and compatible of producing high amounts of stable, high-quality yield, all at minimum production cost.
In 1959, Pedro earned his PhD in plant breeding at the University of Minnesota, where he confirmed a scientific rice breeding principle during his research. This principle states the inheritance in rice. is controlled by additive genes or inheritance materials. For example, if the parents are both high-yielding, the offspring gives a higher yield than either parent. Pedro pursued to realize this idea of the ideal rice plant as the new acting head of the Department of Agronomy when he returned to the Philippines. His process began with the evaluation of parents' rice plants' characteristics and quality, because, as he deduced, the ideal offspring would obviously come from ideal parents through inheritance. He evaluated 1,000 local parent rice plants and 2,500 US supplied parent rice plants. After seasons of testing and working to grow the rice plant, the C463 breed was found to have impressive result. C463 is a medium maturing, moderately high-yielding variety. It is moderately resistant to many pests and disease and is adapted to a fairly wide range of soil and water conditions. Fontanilla 2004. This specific grain showed high eating qualities as tested through what is called eating quality test and became popular among Asians, especially with the Filipinos.
He found success in his ambition to improve the yield of certain rice breeds, particularly those in the C series. C463 itself had increased yield by 20% after careful breeding by Dr. Escuro Pedro, began to lead teams of pathologists, chemists, food technologists, and other agronomists to help with the breeding of the C series of rice grains, to which they succeeded and managed to improve other rice breeds like C40137, C4168, C22, C4113, UPLRI5, PSBRC16, and PSBRC36 due to the successful development of rice varieties for the first time in the Philippine history. The country had become self-sufficient in rice after being recognized for greatly improving the quality of rice in the Philippines. Dr. Pedro Escuro went on to perform further agricultural research abroad, and in 1986 he joined the International Rice Research Institute, where he became a consultant for his research in rice.
Eventually, he retired at the age of 68, but it is undeniable that he had created a large impact in the scientific and agricultural community, especially here in the Philippines. His work on the different varieties of rice has helped us to maintain our status as a providing country. Not only did Dr. Escuro create a new strains of rice, but he also served as an inspiration to young biologists and agriculturists. Philippine society views this as one of the Filipino people's greatest achievements. It has inspired many people to work hard and try to be at par with such a great scientist. His achievements in this field prove that the world, even a lowly third world country dwelling person, could create something so useful and important, thus deserving the title National Scientist.
For educational background of Pedro B. Escuro, number 1, BSA Agronomy, University of the Philippines, Los Baños, 1952. Next, MS Plant Breeding, Cornell University, 1954. Next, PhD Genetics and Plant Breeding, University of Minnesota, 1959. For his awards and citation, here it is. Dr. Escuro has made significant contribution to rice breedings as a plant breeder, professor, extension worker, and consultant in agricultural projects. He provided leadership in the development, isolation, and release of 9 seed-board rice varieties: Milpal 4, HBT2, Asmil 26, and C22 Upland, which is growing on a higher ground, and C18, C463, C4137, and C168, and C12, which is growing on a lowland. Next, Dr. Escuro has 18 honors and awards to his name. These include 2 presidential awards, Presidential Plaque of Merit for Rizal Pro Patria, and award for outstanding contribution to rice breedings and genetics. He is also a recipient of the University of the Philippines Distinguished Professional Award in Agriculture 1973 and DS Honoris Causa 1974 and the 1974 Ayala Award in Agricultural Science.
So here in this slide, I am going to mention or to enumerate all of his honors or awards received. So 1967 Presidential Walk of Merit, Outstanding Accomplishment in Rice Improvement, awarded by Office of the President of the Philippines. On 1968 Rizal Pro Patria Award and Presidential Citation for Outstanding Contribution in Rice Breeding and Genetics, awarded by Office of the President of the Philippines. On 1969 Plaque of Merit for edifying efforts of the teacher and scientists, awarded by NABUA Pre-Wheeling Club. With the same date 1969 cited for achievement in agriculture, awarded by Philippine Women's University. On 1971 20th Anniversary Award for Science for Outstanding Contribution in the field of rice breeding, awarded by Philippine Association for the Advancement of Science. On 1972 Award of Distinction and Merit as Most Distinguished Alumnus of Camarines Sur High School, awarded by Pearl Anniversary Celebration, Camarines Sur High School, Class 1942. On 1973 First GO Ofemia Memorial Award for Achievement and Leadership in Rice Breeding, awarded by Philippine Society for Microbiology. On the same year 1973 University of the Philippines Distinguished Professional Award in Agriculture, awarded by University of the Philippines. On 1975 Hilsugin Research Achievement Award, awarded by Crop Science Society of the Philippines. Followed by 1975 the Ayala Award for 1974 in Agricultural Science, awarded by Filipinas Foundation in the same year. On 1976 Outstanding Alumnus Award, awarded by UPCA Alumni Association. On 1979 Doctor of Science Alumnus Award, Honoris Causa, awarded by University of the Philippines. On 1980, Academician, awarded by National Academy of the Science and Technology. On 1984, Achievement Award for Significant and Outstanding Achievements in Rice Breeding and Genetics, awarded by National Research Council of the Philippines. Same year when he was awarded 1984 Plaque of Recognition and Appreciation in the field of Science and Technology, awarded by Samahang Nabuenos and Cultural Foundation of NABUA Incorporated. On 1988 Most Distinguished Alumnus Award for 1988, awarded by University of the Philippines at Las Baños Alumni Association Incorporated. And lastly, on 1994, proclaimed as National Scientist, awarded by President of the Republic of the Philippines. Those are all of his outstanding achievements and awards in his life.
And for the last one, his contribution and invention. So, Dr. Escuro has made significant contribution to rice breeding. As a plant breeder, professor, and take note, extension worker, and consultant in agriculture projects. He provided leadership in the development, isolation, and release of the 9 seed of board rice. And those 4 varieties is for Milpal 4, HBD2, that's Mil26, and C22, and C18, C463, and C4137, C168, and C2 Lauland. So to wrap it up, all the lessons that we tackled, I hope you gain some knowledge to us. Talagang marami talagang advantage yung nagawa niya, invention. So kagaya na lang ngayon, marami na tayong ini-import na bigas. So like this, marami ring tulong tong rice na to, kagaya nga ng mga nabanggit ng mga ka-groupmates ko. So thank you and goodbye.